Sir, so,
Yes.
good participants, welcome to the second day of the FDP. Sir, you can start, sir.
Okay. So good evening to all. Good afternoon and good morning to all the participants. All can able to see my screen? Please, can you able to see my screen?
No, now we can.
Now we can?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a day 2 program. Just we will review the yesterday what we discussed. It's not review because we have only 4 days time. Continuation of the yesterday class. As per yesterday discussion, we know what is the data science and machine learning and artificial intelligence differences. See some of the top universities course content. 2020, just 1 week back only they started this course. As I told, title is business analytics, and inside the content, foundation of data science and visualization and interpretation. The content is understanding the data type, visualization, summarization, histograms, box plot, measure of trend, central tendency, and visualization, probabilities, estimations, t-test, ANOVA, f-test, and R and Python. It's module 1. Module 2, data preparation. Module 3, predictive modelings under unsupervised learning techniques. This is the functions. Functional model, classification model, and forecasting models. Regression, logistics regression, and multiple linear regression. And some of reinforcement learning techniques and prescriptive modelings.
Sir.
Data analytics.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Your screen is not visible. Only reach analytics is.
Oh, screen is not visible.
Yeah.
Just a second. Can you able to see now?
Yes, sir.
Can you see this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So now IIM Bangalore launched one course 10 years back. 11 years, of course, 2 years back they started this course. The title is Business. 11th batch means yearly one batch. 2009. The 2009, the title was Business Analytics and Intelligence, as we discussed yesterday, the journey of statistics and data science, 1970 to 2020. But Srinivas sir, you see the content inside the first module, data science visualization. Fundamental of data science, visualization and summarization. The title is Business Analytics and inside content is data science content. So the content, detailed module content, understanding of the data type, scale data, ordinal data, data summarization, data visualization, histograms, frequency, measure of central tendency, box plot, and dispersions, as well as data visualization and storytelling with the data. Basic probabilities, why the binomial distribution yesterday I showed, nominal distribution, discrete distribution, Poisson distributions, some of the hypotheses. There's a brief of the first module. Second module is data preparation, data imputation, data validation. The third module is predictive model. That's a supervised learning techniques. So they're using Excel, R, Python, SAS, basis. Why can't we? Our FDP programming is multiple tools implementation with advanced tools. So other than this, In 2020, these are all the tools of 2020. Rattle also there. Python, Rattle, both are the same category. It is also powerful snake. It is also powerful snake. Both are the poisonous snakes also. Poison snakes. Python and Rattle. We will work both on these tools along with SPSS. So now see because why I'm showing this, exactly we are following the same kind of structure. It's a very latest advanced techniques. 1 week back only they started this course. The third module is predictive model. Fourth module is prescriptive model optimization. We should know what is the root cause for becoming a failure, for increasing products, for decreasing expenditure. And stochastic models, reinforcement models, and advanced models like data reduction, principal component. Principal component is unsupervised learning technique. And big data analysis. 8th module is machine learning and boosting and bagging and filterings, collaborative filterings. The 9th module is complete artificial intelligence. See, ANN, CNN, RNN. This is the content. Close this. Come to our presentation. This is completed. See now, frame the hypothesis, access the data cleaning, data validation, data wrangling. Find out suitable answers for the business questions. Fix the hypothesis. The data processing way, data accessing procedure, converting into matrix. Apply some techniques. One is, the first two is knowing about yesterday, the last three is knowing about tomorrow. With the help of these tools. It is a one-off Rattle tool. I'm going to touch R tool, Excel tool, SPSS, SAS and all. Days is 4. Even Tableau tool also. The journey we know, it's yesterday we discussed. When I show the content in IIM, it is distribution, binomial distribution is there, which is knowing about yesterday. Expected mu, expected variance, expected mu, expected variance for the green color, blue color, which means the statistics and mathematics for tomorrow. With ANOVA, MANOVA and all. With chi-square, pseudo R-square and all. For predicting of the character data, it's for, blue color is predicting of numerical data, predicting of categorical data. It leads to the deep learning. Where to start? When to start? Which domains you are using? The data science using in this domain, 22 domains we can use it. The source is IIM, Ahmedabad, International Conference. I copied this one. So, the first module is visualization and summarization. Visualization and summarization. The visualization summarization techniques are, the most important techniques are this one. Histogram, box plot, bar chart, pie chart, bubble chart, correlation plot, scatter plot, line, decision cluster. This is for the visual. The data type, central tendency, dispersions, 5 numbers, distribution, cross tabulations for summarization. Both are using for reporting purpose, data validation purpose. Data validation is the quality checks. Reporting is complete business analytics. Okay now? Now, the detailed techniques like histogram. When can you apply the histogram? If the data is a numerical data, either continuous data, either discrete data, go for the histogram. If the histogram is following bell shape, your data is good. You can proceed further analysis. We are focusing on this one. Box plot for finding outliers. In financial sector, we are saying it is a candle bars. In stock market, we are saying it is a candle bars. In financial sector, we are saying it is a whisker plot. In data science, you are saying it's box plot. Behind the technique is your 10th class mathematics, Q1, CBSE 8th class syllabus, quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3. It's called 5-number summary. Then scatter plot. Whatever I'm showing for the numerical data understanding, numerical data patterns, numerical data behaviors. If you have the numbers data, you can go for scatter plot for finding relation of the two variables. It's called correlation. It is a multiple correlation with the data quality. It's called matrix, correlation matrix, multiple variables. If you have the large data, we can go for this one. It is a Pearson correlation. It's for the cluster plot. This is the PP plot, probability percentile plot, quartile plot for data behaviors. Leptokurtic, mesokurtic, platokurtic, those are all for the numerical data behaviors findings. What is the numerical data? It is A to Z, 0 to 9 numbers data. Now, this is for character data. This is for character data. This is for character. This is for numbers. Whenever you have the time versus numbers, go for the line chart. Bubble chart for the characters. Correlation plots. Correlation coefficients, scatter plots for the both mixing. Network plots, bar charts, decision tree plots, dendrogram, cluster plots, those are all for the categorical data. Your data has two types, numbers data, categorical data. Numbers data is the first visualization, categorical data is the second part visualization. If you know all these visual techniques, you can go for modeling next level. This is just like a patient diagnostics. If you go for the hospital, they are doing diagnostics. For doing the diagnostics, no, do the operation. Sir, Srinivas Garu, can you able to hear me?
One second, sir. We are able to hear.
Now, sir, now it's clear, sir.
Now it's clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Screen. Now I can give access my screen. Hope you can see the screen now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the structural data has a continuous data. Example, temperature, wage, scores. It looks like this.
Please share your screen, sir.
Okay, just a moment.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir. Carry on. No, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, it's not streaming, sir.
Now can you able to see?
No, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the structural data, it may be continuous. Example, temperature, wage, it looks like this. Wherever the decimal points are available, that is a continuous data. Wherever the decimals are not available, that is a discrete data. Example, credit cards, number of children, count of the books. If you're asking how many books you have, 20 books or 30 books or 40 books or 100 books, you can say. How many credit cards you have? You can say 5 credit cards, 4 credit cards, 10 credit cards. If I'm asking how many children you have, okay, either 2 or 4 or 5, not a 2.5, not a 3.5. Whenever you're adding the 0.5 or 0.6 or decimals, it's a continuous data. Okay, if the data has no decimals, now I'm using one Excel sheet for doing all the exercises. The data types, two types. One is numbers, another one is characters. Numbers has continuous, discrete. The continuous means 2.56. The discrete means 4 or something. 4 or something. So example, the product price. Product price 3.54, 5.67, 6.78 or something. This is called continuous data. This is called continuous data. Whereas discrete data, same data, it is CC, number of CC. Number of CC, no chance to 2.52. Average also, you should not expose this one. This is discrete data. So wherever the decimals continuous, wherever the no decimals, discrete. If you have such kind of data in your server, in your client, in your any other place, apply all the statistics except counted percentage. You should not follow these two techniques. Okay, now in SAS language, we are saying it is a interval data. In Python, we are saying it is a measurable. In R also measurable. In SPSS, it's scale data. In MATLAB, we are saying it is a ratio data. Whatever it is, either interval, measurable, scale, ratio, all are the combination of this one. Guys, you can apply all the statistics, all the stats, stats for this data. For this data. And another data is a character. The character has 5 types. Ordinal, nominal, binary, unary. Unary data means, it's 4 times. Aadhaar card, PAN number, bank account, customer ID, product ID, okay, and country ID, PIN numbers, etc. This is a unique number. So in database language in SQL, we are making a primary keys or foreign keys or surrogate keys of this one. In data warehousing or any structural query language, RDBMS, we are using these variables as a dependent. It's a ID variables, reference variable, foreign key, primary key, and surrogate keys. Now the binary means 0 or 1s. The binary means you can say logic also. You can say probit also. Probabilities, logistics, log, natural log, all are 0 and 1s. Between zeros and ones, the between zeros and ones is mathematical related. Okay, the 0 means good, 1 is bad. 1 is equal good, 0 bad. The binary means 0 and 1s. The probability prediction close to 1, occurrence close to 0, non-occurrence. Or else you can do yes or no. Or else you can do or die. All the dependent variables or any target variables lies between 0 and 1s. So that is binary data. Okay, come to nominal. The nominal data can be any order. No order for this one. Okay, no order for this one. Example, name, location, religion, nationality. Those are all variable names. Those are all variable names. Example, location, 1 is equal to HYD, 2 is equal to BLR, 3 is equal to Delhi, 4 is equal to Mumbai. What is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? This is called labels. This is called label. This label called matrix. This label called matrix. In religion, 1 is equal to Hindu, 2 is equal to Muslim, 3 is equal to Christian, 4 is equal to Sikh, etc. There is no order. Why 1 is Hindu? Why can't 2 is Hindu, 1 is a Muslim? Nationality. So whatever the character data, you should give the labels. That is called matrix. In pandas, in Python, we are saying a matrix. Numpys we are using. Why this matrix? The matrix for fulfilling of these tasks. Because every data must converting into matrix format. So if you see any example, This is raw data. This is matrix data. This is frames data. This is the frames data. The raw data is images or text file or unorganized files. It looks either text file or something. This text file you are converting into matrix. 10 into 10 matrix, 5 into 5 matrix, 20 into 20 matrix. The matrix may be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, something. This is all the numbers. Okay, now these numbers again making as labels. That is called data frames. Now the data frames looks like a matrix, but inside characters are there. Looks like a matrix, but inside characters are there. So now this is the objective of that one. I will show one data to try to understand what is the data types. So I have one case study, depression case study. This is SPSS software. This is SPSS software. Now, this is complete characters data. Hindu, religion, Muslim, maybe some categorical information is there. At the same time, go for one more case, hypercity, customer attitude, the data is complete. Agreed, disagreed data is there. So now I'm doing one project for Sikkim government. So Sikkim Telecom, it's a Sikkim medias, newspapers. I'm showing the data. Now the project is going on. So this is the data. It is looks like a characters. But when you're clicking on this, this is all the numbers. This is matrix. If I'm not defining numbers as the characters, sorry, characters as the numbers, I can't do analyze it. So that's why in Python, numpys are there. Frames are there for converting all this one. Okay, like all the nominal data, you can convert into matrix. The character data is a nominal data, binary data, urinary data. Then ordinal data. Wherever the order is there, it's ordinal data. Example, rating. 1 is equal poor, 2 is equal average, 3 is equal good, 4 is equal very good, 5 is equal excellent. Five is equal to excellent. You go for anywhere, even Google rating, even Swiggy rating, in everywhere 5 is there. As per the research and the data science point of view, this is called Likert scales, 5 scale, 7 scale, 9 scale. This is the order. There is no 10 scale. Either you can go for 5 scale or 7 scale or 9 scale, not a 10 scale. Why? In which domains you are using such kind of things? In which domain you are using these ratings as a ordinal data? Majority, 90% of the clients, you can go for 5 rating. If you are watching Bahubali movie, maximum 5 rating you can give. You can't give more than that. If somebody is giving, given Meridian biryani, you can say maximum excellent taste, excellent you can say. When can you say the 6 rating? When can you say the 7 rating? When can you say the 8 rating? When can you say the 9 rating? There is examples, there is a domains. Suppose, Srinivas Garu, if I give 100 rupees free of cost, you can say, okay, poor average. I will give 1,000 rupees. You can say, very good. I will give you 10,000. You can say, very good. I will give you 1 lakh rupees for you with free of cost. You can say, very good. If I give 10 lakhs to you free of cost, excellent. If I give 1 crore, you can say outstanding. The 6 is outstanding. If I give 100 CR, you can say awesome. ASWO. If I give 8 is, if I give 1,000 crores, of course I don't have. If I give 1,000 crores, what you can say? Awesome. If I give 1,000 crores and one top 5 model cars in worldwide and big bangla and big palace, you can say incredible. Incredible. Now we will give 10,000 crores. We will make you your chief minister of some Telangana state and big assets and all. Then your mind is blowing. Your mind is blowing. No 10. Because your mind is already gone. So that's why 9 ratings are there. Okay. Those are all the character data. What to do with this character data? If it's the character data, whatever your exemption, the count and percentage, we are applying only count and percentage only. That is called mathematics. This is called mathematics or probability. Now, go back to the tool, see the overview, click on here, you can see ordinal data, nominal data, scale data. We have an example. In day 2, this is our case studies. I will show the case studies. You estimate me what is this data, either discrete data or nominal data or ordinal data. Whenever you know the data types, then you can do the analysis. This is no decimals. It is a discrete. There is a decimals. It is a continuous. There is no decimal. It is a discrete. Continuous, discrete, continuous, discrete, male, female, binary data, card yes or no, binary data, first primary holder, secondary holder, primary data, frequently using, monthly, quarterly, weekly, it's ordinal data, region, nominal data, region, nominal data, like if male, marital status, age group, education, family income, those are all ordinal data, ordinal data. There is order. Education, 10th class, 10th class, inter degree, some. So, occupation and region, those are all nominal data. The first step of the data science, you should know, you should understand what is the data types. Whenever you know the data types understanding, you can go for the further step, that is the analytical step. Analytical step. So now I'm highlighting all categorical data, and I'm highlighting all numerical data. This categorical data, we can apply count and percentage. This numerical data, you can apply all the statistics except mean and deviation, except count and percentage. So this one is character data, and rest of all numerical data. Whenever it is numerical data, you have to go for all the statistics applications. What statistics? The statistics are variety kind of statistics. So the descriptive statistics, this is the statistics. Majority of the techniques. Copy, paste it here. Don't underestimate this one. Your complete modeling depends upon these two only. Okay. So this is one technique. This is one technique to enough to fulfill the data science subject. These two techniques are most important techniques, mean and deviation. For checking the data quality, the mean deviation is helping. For checking your data validation, mean median is helping. For checking the normality, the mean mode is helping. How it is helping? What is this? So the dispersion is a decision making, central tendency is an answer. The dispersion is a decision making, central tendency is an answer. Example, one 10th class person appeared exam, he written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subjects he attended. He got a 89, 98, 67. Looks like this. He is from Chaitanya College. Another person, Narayana, is a 90, 88, 98, 89, 78, 88. One more, ABC, 34, 33, 33, 34, 35, 33. This is the mean. Now it's big data, it's a large data. If I'm asking, tell me which is the good one, means how can you say? If I'm asking which is the best performance, means how can you say? You can't say anything because the central tendency, it's a CT is the answer. Then dispersion is decision making, the dispersion is standard deviation and the coefficients. Variance, minimum, maximum, range, IQR, skewness, kurtosis. Those are all dispersion. It's coming under dispersion. The dispersion should be low always of your business data. You take any data, any numerical data, it should be low. Whenever it is high, the data is bad. Whenever your data is exceeded central tendency, which means mean, mode, median and all, your data is wrong. So now calculate the standard deviation. Calculate the standard deviation. Wherever the deviation is high, that is good data. Tell me where the deviation is high, where the deviation is low. The deviation is low for 7%. ABC. This is the good data. I'm talking about the good data. There is good consistency. Systematically, students are failed. It is a systematic failed. No, this is the good data. Performance wise, Narayana is the best one. There is not much deviations. But here, the average is 88, somewhere the marks is less. It may be outlier. It may be outlier. You can't say. Okay, na? So now, take a small piece of the data here. I'm taking some random data here for doing more calculations. This is customers' default amounts. Example, I'm saying it's example. It's a customer default amounts. Customer default amount. This is credit card number. Your manager is asking, tell me what is the average of credit card defaults. You're taking all the average. This is mean. This is answer. Standard deviation is all this one. Standard deviation. This is the standard deviation. Mean can be anything. Mean can be anything. But the standard deviation should not dominate the mean. If the standard deviation is exceeded the mean, your data is wrong. Your data is wrong. So, like median, mode, geo mean, harmonic mean is there. Now, median. Take all the values. You see how much time it's taking? It is taking too much time. Then do one thing. Multiple tools. Come to the analysis. Go to the data analysis. Find out the descriptive statistics. Apply all the techniques. And output you are giving here. Then run it. Your system is displaying all the calculations. Mean, median, mode not available. When the mode is available. If you have the both values together, mode is available. Mode is available. And deviation. Deviation is close to central tendency. That's why this data may be not good. This data is maybe not good. Then what to do? So how to apply these techniques? The dispersion technique should always low for the business data. The central tendency can be anything of your business data. Central tendency can be anything, but the dispersion should be low. The CV should be low. Variation should be low. The range should be low. Skewness should be low. All must be low. What is the low? Except it's not be zero. It can be anything, but it should be low compared to central tendency. If you want to see the English dictionary, the dispersion, deviation, all the negative keywords, dispersion, deviation, digging, diplomatic, destroy, dismantle, diverse, disaster, diplomatic, danger, headache tablet, disprain. Those are all the negative keywords. Division, devil. Those are all the negative keywords. So the dispersion should be low of your business data. Then whenever you show, whenever you know the dispersion is dominating, do the repair of the data. Do the repairs. So for doing the repairs, you see, I'm struggling with Excel. It's taking a lot of time. Then what? What to do? Then go for other tools. Go for other tool. Now I'm saving all this data. I'm closing all this. I'm closing all the data. This is also I'm closing. Okay. Open SPSS 2020 powerful data science tool. It's from IBM. You see now, Naukri.com. I'm not using Python. 7,000 jobs are there, approximately. Machine learning engineer, we will see. They're not asking one tool, they're asking multiple tools. SQL they're asking, Python they're asking, and 10 years of experience position. Netizer they're asking, multiple tools the companies are asking. See the data scientist, just for cross-checking. This is the institute job. Each and every tool wise we'll discuss. Data science. Okay, IBM company means that is IBM tool now. Leave that one. Data science or SPSS Python, they're asking. Why we are focusing on only one tool? They're asking multiple tools now. They're asking R, SPSS, Python. That SPSS I'm opening. If you know how to utilize the Excel, that is enough. It is a free of 14 days free trial version is there. You just go and install it. It is available. Come to analysis. Regression is available. Logistics regression is available. Binary regression is available. Ordinal regression is available. And dimension reduction is available. PCA is available. Classification, KNN is available. Hierarchy is available. Decision tree, nearest neighborhood. Okay, and neural networks, all are available. Then where is the data? Come to here. If you want, you can connect the data, or else you can read the data. The reading data is my bank data. Where it is? Go for desktop. See BVRIT, case studies, bank case study, the final fraud data we're accessing, then go next. I have the variable top up, then go next. If you want to take all the data, or else random data, or else a percentage of the random data. Okay, I will go for all the data. So there is no spaces, means your data is ready to work on it. Now my data is ready. Your data is ready. I want to analyze this data. I want to apply all the EDA techniques. So complete EDA techniques I'm going to do as per the second day schedules. Analyze, exploratory data analysis, take randomly 11 variables, go it, apply histogram, select PP plot, and run it. It is giving result with all parameters. Those are all EDA techniques. Whatever I showed IIM content syllabus, all are available. Cross-verified right now. The first module, data visualization and summarization. The data visualization and summarization, review it now. What IIM is teaching for the data science foundation. What Berkeley University is following. What Harvard is following. What top university is following. What UGC is recognized. So almost all are giving same, similar, maybe 10-15% is different. Now see the data science foundation. The first one is introducing of the data science, different type of the data like interval data, nominal data, ordinal data. You tell me whether you know it or not. So how to summarize the data, how to visualize the data. You know the techniques of the visualization and summarization, which is histograms, frequency, central tendency, dispersions, box plots. That things we implemented here. So now you see this, the first variable, mean, mode, median. The deviation is more. Whenever the deviation is more, this variable is not suitable variable. So definitely the skewness will be dominating. The skewness must follow 0 plus or minus 0.80. Whenever the data is plus or minus 0.80, the data is good. Otherwise, the data is wrong. What is the deviation? What is the deviation and how can you understand it? This is whenever the data is follows like this, this is called histogram. Histogram is for yesterday data. It is always calculating from sample. Now the same graph is available. It is also a histogram, but we are saying it is a normal distribution. The normal distribution is for population. The population size is 100 lakhs. The sample size is 1000. Example, you see this is the small n, this is the capital N. As per the mathematical language, small n and capital N. So if the sample is following like a histogram, your population also following histogram. Whenever your sample is following bell shape, your population also following bell shape, then whatever the analysis you are doing on the sample, it is suitable for the population. But how to randomly check it? Boosting time, dagging time, permutation times, combination times, and reinforcement times, and random forestry times. That is the origin is 10th class mathematical techniques. NC factorial, n factorial by n factorial, n minus 1 factorial. The capital N is a population data, the small n is a sample data. If you are calculating those many times, you can do iterations, ensembled. That is called permutation and combination. The base is histogram. So yesterday we discussed about what is the big data, what is the small data. Big data is a population data, small data is a sample data. So the histogram should follow like this. Sometimes the data follows like this. Sometimes the data follows like this. This is called skewed data. In this case, the skewness is plus or minus 0.80. Whichever the data is exceeded plus or minus 0.80, the data is violating. You have to do the repairing of the data. So that's called skewness and kurtosis. Okay. Now, through visually understand how your data is behaving. How your data is behaving. You see now, there is the skewness is 4. The first variable is gone. The second variable also 4. The second variable also gone. It's a bad data. Then come to the third variable. The third variable, this one, 0.68. It's a good data. The fourth variable, 0.11. Somewhat it's a good data. The sixth variable, good one. The seventh variable, somewhat better. The eighth variable, bad. Ninth variable, somewhat good. 10th variable, better. Based on this skewness, you can understand. This is called summary. If you are lazy, go for the visual. The visually, the first data is bad. It's not showing bell shape. The skewness is too bad. That's the reason for skewness is exceeded for this data. And more outliers are there. Because of the outliers, the data is following abnormal. You do the repair of the data. Then only you can do the machine learning techniques. The second one also bad data. The third one also somewhat good. That's why there is no big outliers. That's why there is no big outliers. This is maybe better. No much outliers. This is good data. Definitely it's good data. So no outliers. This is outliers, but it's negligible outliers because your data is following. This is a skewed data because there is no outliers. And one more case study I will show. One more case study is available in our data. One is wealth care. Health is a major domain. Health also major domain. Health data is a body fat data. Wealth data is bank data. Because the world is depending on these two things only. Health and wealth. Without health, no use of the wealth. Without wealth, no use of the health. So now take the data, apply the EDA, take two variables randomly. Take the plots, histogram, run it. Now this is complete EDA. See the skewness is 0.001, which is less than 0.80. It's a very good data. This is 2, it's a very good data. This is 0.23, it's a very good data. The height also 0.04, it's a very good data. So then the histogram is good. Then the box plot is good. The second histogram is good. The second box plot is good. The second histogram, box plot, all are the good data. So now you come back, some data entry did a mistake. This is 6.10. What he did, he made by mistake 610. He made a 610. When he made a 610, go back and redo the analysis, and first variable, check the skewness, how much it is? 25. It's out trade, no good data. Throw this data, do the repairs. And come down, you see the histogram. And come down, do this box plot. It's not a good data. The number two is bad data. The skewness. What is the skewness? How did you understand the skewness formula? The skewness formula, whatever I showed Excel, x minus x bar by standard deviation. This is coming under dispersion. This is coming under central tendency. X minus x bar by standard deviation is equal to Z score. If the Z score is 1.96 plus or minus below, it's good data. Above, it's a bad data. Because this is the 95% of the confidential interval, which is a 2 sigma level. Close to 1.96 is a 2 sigma level. Any data is having more than plus or minus 1.96, it's a bad data. How did you get this one? X minus x bar by deviation. For finding individual outliers, use this one. For finding overall data behavior, use the skewness. What is the skewness formula? X minus x bar whole cube by deviation is the skewness. The skewness is for entire the data, but the Z score is for only for its individual data. Okay, so now I'm taking this data to Excel, 4 variables to Excel. I'm doing in SPSS, I'm doing the same thing, I'm going to do the same thing in Excel also. Okay. So I'm removing this. Why should I remove? I'm going to make another sheet. This is the sheet. I want to check the data quality in Excel. 2016, these facilities are available. In 2013, it's not available, which means even Microsoft also realized this is important. Histogram and box plot. You never find out these options in 2016 above, 16 below. Now select the data, go for the insert, take the histogram. Your data is very good. Take the same data and box plot. This is the histogram and box plot. Now take a neck area cholesterol histogram. This is also good data. And take the same neck area cholesterol, insert. This is also box plot data. Now, the chest area, the neck area, maybe I'm doing some manipulation. These values, I'm cheating. See the graph? These values, or maybe these values, I'm going to copy here. The both data are cheated data. How to overcome this point? How to identify outliers? How to identify outliers? Simple. Come to this, go for the data, find out the analysis. I will explain how did you get this option. Go to the analysis, take the total data, output. I'm typing output with summary statistics. Here, run it. I got all these values. At the same time, go to data analysis. Now this is C2 now. Now I need H. H means change H here, change H here. Instead of N, I'm going to use P. Run it. I got these values. You see the skewness and curtices? The skewness curtices are very bad. Very bad. 21, 141. Why? How to find out those things? Apply Z-score. Apply Z-score. X minus mean 21.799 by standard deviation. How much? 11.34. Whichever the data is exceeded. Minus 1.96. That is outliers. Now 2 minus 2 is the outlier. This is the outliers. With a small Excel you can do. At the same time, this is also x minus 41.07 by standard deviation is how much? 142. 142. This is Outliers. Simple. Copy, paste it here. You will get the outliers. X minus standard deviation. Sorry, it's not a 142. It is a 11. Approximately 11. Now I never written any formula. Once again I'm showing. I didn't give any formula to this one. Come to here. Copy, format cell, apply it. It will change. But here, what is my standard deviation? 11. Outliers are there. This is the bugs. This is the bad data. Am I right? This bad data we identified with the help of the mean, mode, median only. So now the skewness is overall data quality. The Z-score is individual average. The Z-score leads to future. It is called Z-test and T-test. The Z-test, T-test for the tomorrow data. The Z-score, T-score for the yesterday data. Yesterday data is visualization. Tomorrow data is a prediction. Now, come and see this. Remove this outliers. Remove this outliers. Your data is becoming as it is position. Remove this one. Your data is becoming as it is position. Now close this also. Close this. You know how to do it in Excel. You know how to do it in SPSS. Now go for the R. Go for the R. Come back and apply Rattle. There is a Rattle package. Install the Rattle package. Rattle will open. Now take a bank data. Whatever I did in bank data, the second day case study. Desktop. BVRIT. Case study. Bank data. Bank fraud. Select it. Run it. It is reading all the tools. It is reading all the tools. So before that, I'm closing. Opening Rattle tool. You please, guys, read this one. Rattle is a free graphical user interface for the data science and developing using R free software environment for the statistical computing, graphics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence together. Artificial intelligence. Now go back and check the data. BVRIT, second day, bank data. Take the bank data, run it, execute it. Your data is written, all the variables. Now every variable appeared here. All the variables are appeared. Okay now? So now explore the data, test the data, transform the data, cluster the data, apply the model. So now I'm exploring, I'm finding distribution. The distribution is box plot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever I did in SPSS, I'm doing the same thing in Rattle. Then click it. Click on it. It's appearing. We have been changed mode of the variable data tab without being executable. Now run it and distributions. Click on it. You will get concerned box plots. Looks like this. Now first data is bad. First data is bad. Second data is bad. Then somewhat good, bad, somewhat is bad. These variables you have to repair it. So or else clear it, check the histogram. If the data is now following histogram, cross verify it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first one is observation. It is not suitable. When I'm checking the histogram also failed. It is not following bell shape. It is not following the bell shape. This is a linear. So whatever the representation of SPSS and Excel, the same appearance is here. When the variables are not good, how to do? What to do? What to do? If it's a large data, you can do much visualization also. So if you want, you can go for bar charts with conditions wise. Now, reason wise, I want to see the data quality. Now, the reason I selected here, the condition I selected here, you click on it, you can see the bar charts of the regions. Summarize it. This is the box plot for region wise. So all together, this is the outliers. But in particular region, there is a massive outliers. So and this Bohemia, somewhere the data is not good. Those are all extreme customers. These extreme customers are affecting your model. These extreme customers are affecting your model. What to do? What can you do this extreme data? How did you get this outliers? Followed by the Z-score only. How did you get the Z-score? Narrated by skewness. How did you get the skewness? X minus X bar by X minus, ultimately, X minus X bar by deviation R whole cube is the skewness. Okay. So that is the today data visualization and data cleaning part. Now, Srinivas sir, now the time is 4:20, 10-15 minutes. We are spending for doubts, queries. Whoever having queries, we will send one link. The link, anyway, it is a reviews also is available. Just one review. Write your question. Night I can read. I can give answer for your queries. I can give answer for your queries. Give me access of the chart. Okay, charting. Give me access of the charting. So please, meanwhile, anyway, this is the session means give me some rating about myself and later on start the question. So because the time is very less, maybe I can't happy all the 400 members by this giving answers at right now. I can see your question. I can give answer through that review link.
Sir, Venkatrao sir, can you switch on your video?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, participants, you can ask some questions.
Yes. Participants, you can ask them the questions. I can give answers. But here, I share the link. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shailendra Yadav. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you. Excellent talk, sir. Instead of saying thanks, just I send one link. Click on link, give the review. It's a big boosting for me. It's enough to me. So please, guys, I send a link to all. Please give me review for my profile through my company. Okay. So thank you very much. Tomorrow we will continue the same session. See now, 1 hour Excel, SPSS, Rattle. So what I'm saying, tool is not typical. Understanding subject is typical. Not typical, it's easy. It's very easy. Only passion and interest. That's it. Okay.
If any participants have any questions, please ask.
Very, very informative. Lively session. Thank you very much. Useful session. Thank you very much for all professors and participants and researchers.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Please write questions in that block. Whatever questions you have, I will give answers for those questions.
Venkatrao sir, can you take some questions now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am having one doubt, sir.
Please.
What is the exact difference between data mining and machine learning, sir?
Data mining is for the large data. You're accessing the large data. You are giving same algorithms. But machine learning also small data. But you are doing automation for the future data. Data mining.
Automation is the difference,
automation.
Sir?
Exactly. Automation. Complete automation.
Okay.
Organizer.
Because through machine learning, you are making automation of the future data. It is giving warnings, alerts for tomorrow, customers' information or whatever it is.
Sir, in data mining also, by using tools, we can do automation now, sir.
But you can't do automation because you have tried programming for doing automation. That is a problem.
Okay.
Data mining is a tool, but always it's also indirect automation. But Microsoft having Excel Miner, SAS is Excel Miner, IBM also SPSS Modeler. Those are all automated tools because they connected with the database. The database is increasing from the client side. Obviously, your metrics also changing as for the database updates. It's automation, but expensive, commercial.
Okay.
Machine learning, free of cost.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So I send a Srinivas sir, many people are asking a review link. Whatever I shared a link, please send to them. They will give review and they will write the questions. WhatsApp group, Telangana group, please provide me the Zoom link. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow with more data quality and one modeling.
Thank you very much, Sir Venkatrao sir. Thank you very much, all the participants. Then tomorrow we'll meet at 3 o'clock. And quiz will be circulated, feedback and quiz will be circulated. Please submit within the time.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Not sir, I just want to speak to Srinivas sir.
Yeah. Srinivas sir, can I leave now?
Yeah. Tell me,
sir. Sir, just one small request, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only to Srinivas sir.
Yeah. Tell me, Arun Kumar sir.
Sir, you just share the WhatsApp group link as a link, sir. It comes as a text. It's unable to copy, paste. The link is unable to open, feeling very difficulty, sir.
Yeah, we'll send, sir, in WhatsApp group.
The link should be enabled, sir. Simply by clicking means it should come to Zoom. Like that, you have to share, sir.
Small solution, sir. Small solution, sir.
What, sir?
Sir, when you are joining through Zoom,
okay,
kindly use that meeting ID which is there given at the end, sir. Don't go for the link if you have any problem.
Okay.
You directly type that link, whatever your meeting ID, and directly password. You can join directly, no problem at all.
No, sir. Something link is not enabling, sir.
Yes, sir. After that link, there is something called a meeting ID is there, sir.
Okay, sir. Something that will be helpful for me. By simple clicking, we can just.
Sorry to interrupt. If we want to connect meet in laptop, only mobile app we can give meeting ID and password, sir.
Okay, ma'am. The thing,
sir, if it is in the link, better for us, sir. Because it's like a text, we have to copy the entire text and we have to select that particular link. For me also, it's very difficult, sir. Kindly consider our request, sir.
Yeah.
Provide the link, sir. That's what I have.
Madam, we'll send.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Because we are facing very difficulties, sir. Copy, pasting, that is not okay.
Sure, we'll send.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for considering.
Okay, sir. Thanks all the participants.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.